I tried to get one of our young ladies to come and speak for me on our team, and it was about 9 o'clock this morning, and she sent a picture of what she looked like after weights, and I was like, absolutely not. So she'll be here next week. She'd kill me for telling all this. But yeah, disappointing week last week. I feel like it was a struggle between our passing. When they served the ball at us, our passing was just off just enough. And then the other side of it, we had some really bad luck at the end of the game with refs. I earned my very first red card, which is not something I'm proud about. Yeah, thank you. But I would absolutely yell at the ref again the exact same way. It was one of the worst calls I've ever had in my whole entire life, including with junior high volleyball that we go and watch every now and then. Really, really disappointing. So we always talk about how we can't leave a ball game in the middle of the hands of the refs. If we get a bad call, we always want it early in the game. We never want to be the team to get it late in the game, because sometimes that's a momentum changer. It happened with both of our games. One of our outside hitters, Abby Harris, she goes up and puts up the most monstrous block I've seen this whole year against one of the hardest attackers in our conference. The ball goes straight down. The ref calls our attacker in the net. The net wasn't even moving. That was alone is pretty devastating for that point. Just couldn't mentally get past that one single point because it was so intimidating how big that block was, and the fact that they just took it away from us was it hurt. The feelings were hurt. And then the same thing happened with San Antonio. Their middle blocker goes up and hits this ball at least 6 feet out of bounds, and the line judge called the ball as a touch off of our block. Wasn't even close. And so me and our other associate head coach, Marissa, we split ways. One went to the up ref, the other one went to the down ref. And luckily the down ref was about this tall, so I was looking over her to the up ref. Both let him have it, and yeah, that just it was difficult. So now we're 0-2 in conference, and we are switching some things up. We're trying to find out what works. It's difficult. What nobody knows about up until that game is that we had four people that are supposed to start. They were all four of them were injured. So we had one outside hitter going about 70%, two of our starting middle blockers going about 60%, and then Amanda Beaton, unfortunately, she had a lat strain, so she didn't even dress out. We're hopefully going to be able to have her for Thursday. I'll find out here in a little bit about 2 o'clock what the doc is going to say. So hopefully some good news. But it's tough when you have all four starters injured when you're expecting a great game. The good news is a lot of our freshmen got some experience. So it's building into their lives right now, and we're not licking our wounds by any means. It's just we've got to get some things going. The great thing is that none of the girls want to take any time off. They don't need a middle break. They're ready to get going for practice today. So we're really, really excited about that. We leave Wednesday for Incarnate Word. It is the furthest travel trip for us. Last year it took us 14 hours on a bus to drive to San Antonio because if you know anything about Austin traffic, Austin is 35 miles long and 5 miles wide, and there's only one road that goes right through it. And so you get caught. Last year was the Austin city limits. So just the bus driver was sweating because he was over his hours. So we were legal with that. That was good. But this year we're going to be able to fly, which is really, really nice. We were able to budget a trip in and get our tickets in super advanced so we could afford that because flights are expensive. We're going to be able to fly there, and then we'll be back on Sunday. But we've got a tough game with Incarnate. They're up this year from where they were last year. Not somebody to overlook. They do have a very similar record to ours, but they've got some very key players that definitely put the ball away. So we're looking forward to that game. And then in Corpus Christi, they were picked in the top 5 in the conference as well, similar to Houston Baptist and Sam Houston State, who we just played. And they're 1-2 in conference. They've lost some games they have no business losing, and then they've won some games that are pretty impressive. Very similar to our season right now. So it's going to be a really, really big battle, but we're looking forward to getting back home next week as well to get back in the Prince Center. So That's all we have this week. Any questions? Yes?
You think you'll have your injured players back this week?
Yeah, so we're dealing with an ab strain with one of them. This is it's a daily thing. We're moderating her with jumps and swings in practice to kind of facilitate the game. The other one, it's shifting back and forth between both Achilles tendons. We got some tightness in some muscles. We can't figure out how to stretch it just right to make it go. She's wearing 2 boots to class every day, so if you see a stiff-legged middle blocker walking around, that's her. So we're trying to deal with that. Then one of our attackers, she had a cortisone shot earlier on the season, and so that's starting to wear away a little bit now. So the labrum tear that she has already, she's starting to feel it right now. And so we don't. Sometimes she draws her arm to go swing, and it doesn't get up all the way because it catches. And that's also a touch and go thing. We literally, you guys come to our games and you'll watch. One set is going to be just absolutely off the charts. No one can beat us. The very next one is just what happened. I don't have any answers right now. That's what we're trying to figure out. So as far as injuries wise, we will see. We will see. Wish we had more answers. Any other questions? So, all right. Thank you so much, guys. Go Bears.